Dhanavad.
Dandava Pranam Maharaj. Haribol.
Haribol.
Dandava Pranam Prabhu. Haribol. How are you, Maharaj?
Good, Prabhu. Very good. Everything okay there?
Yes, Maharaj. Everywhere okay.
Bueno.
Bueno, sí. Todos bien.
All good. Todos bien.
Okay, Vandana, we're a little late today.
Okay, Maharaj. Good.
Krishna Kesava thinks the dishes are more important than Sangha.
No, ¿dónde está, Maharaj? Sorry. Krishna Keshava? Krishna Keshava?
He thinks the dishes are more important than seva.
Ah, yeah.
Late, he is doing the
Sure.
dishes. Huh?
Yes, important seva, yes.
Also important. But
Yes.
Dhanavad, Linda, Bhakti
Hello,
Linda,
Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to you. Are you good?
I'm okay, yes. How about you?
Nice to hear. Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Okay.
One of the ups in life at the moment.
Dhanavad, Subhadevi.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.
Dandava Pranam.
And that's
Dandavat Jidish, Dandavat Pranam.
So we chant Vandana. Vandeham.
Vandeham.
Shri Guru.
Shri Guru.
Shri
Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Tam Sachitam Krishna Chaitanya
Shri
Radha Krishna Madan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakantam
Om
Jnanatimirandasya Manananashalakaya
Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
Puja
Sri Guru Vargavandita
Mahabhavanta Sada
Parva Parjana
Purvaya Parampara
Prakshalita
Prachalita
Raya
Pujya
Pramukate
Bhakti
Bhaktir Nirmala
Nirmala
Niraja
Nirjarasya
Nitam Sansakam
Santam
Sadara
Sambrakam Sadaram
Vande Sri
Vande Sri
Guru
Gurudevam
Sri Acharya
Santa Sri Acharya Varam Nijam
Vishta
Purvavishta
Supurakam
Suprakam
Guru
Guru Ganera Shista
Ganeshita
Samvositam
Sindhya
Chinta Chintya
Samasta
Samasta Veda
Nipunam
Nipunam
Sri Rupa
Sri Rupa
Pantanugam
Pantanugam Govindam
Govinda
Ujjalam
Vidam
Varam
Vibalam Bhaktanam Bhaktyamidam
Bhakyanvita
Sundaram
Sundaram
Bande
Vande
Vishwa
Vishwa Gurum
Sadhya
Chadivya Bhagavat
Bhagavad
Prema Bija Prade
Devam
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 Dijatarum
Divyatanam
Suchandavanam
Vadandavanam
Valarta
Valarta Chitam
Sanananda
Sarananda
Purasadeka
Puram Sadyeka
Varanam
Varanam
Vaidagya
Vairagya
Vidya
Vidya
Buddhim
Buddhim Sri
Siddhanta Nidhi Shubhakti
Siddhanta
Rasitam Sarasvatanam
Saraswati
Param
Varam
Bandetam
Vandetam
Subhadam
Subhadam
Madhikam
Madhyeka
Saranam
Sharanam
Yashin Padam
Naya Sriparam
Sriharam
Sridaram
Shri
Siddhanta
Siddhanta
Saraswati
Saraswati Vidito
Virito Gaudiya
Gaudiya
Gaurang Bhaje
Gauranga
Bhagavanuripa
Makoba Niro
Pravata
Prabhota
Gagane
Gagano
Yogavara
Yo Gaura
Sankirtane
Sankirtanaya
Maya
Maya
Maya Valati
Vatalodara
Mrityodara Gatan Vijayadiva
Nudarate
Vima
Jivanam
Krishna
Krishna
Prema
Prema
Suvadigam
Suvidim
Sukam Prada
Rahana Sukim
Pravuktam
Bhagate
Bhaje
Prabhum Tam Vaje
Namo
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 Gaurati
Gaura
Gauraya
Kisoraya
Krishna
Bhakti
Bhakta
Vedota
Murtaye
Murtaye Gaurahari Padma Vrindaya Radha Bhavani Sevani
Vande
Vande
Bhakti
Bhakti
Vinodam
Vinodam Sri
Pura Shakti
Gaura Shakti
Swarupakam
Swarupakam
Bhakti
Bhakti Shastrajna Samrajnam Radha Rasa Sudhanidhim
Gauravajaya
Gaura Vajastisya Vaishnaver Vande Vigraham Jagannatha Prabhu Vande Premati Siddha Vaishnavam Kalpatarubhavascha Kripa Sindhuvaya cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Panchatattvamakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktyacham Namami Bhakti Sattvitam
Namo
Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaurate Namaha
Jayata
Namanandamatirgati Matsarvasva Padamibhyo Radha Madana Mohana Vidya Vrindavanaya Kalpadrumadaya Srimad Ratnagara Simhasana Shri Gandharva Srila Govinda Deva Tirthadi Swaranam Smurami Vimanglāsara samvardhi Vamshivata tata sthitaha Kastanveno swayame Gopir Gopinata Sriyastanaha
Vrindaya
Vrindaye Tulsidevaye Priyaye Kesavastita Krishna Bhakti Prade Satyavate Namo Namaha
Acharata
Pranatva Mantra Gurun Gurun Bhagavatartadam Vyasam Jagadgurun Mato Tato Jaya Mudirate Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundur Pada Padmanabhyastu Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Prasadi Gaur Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya, Srila Santa Maharaj Ki Jai. Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Jai Samaveda Bhaktivinda Ki Jai. Glory to the assembled devotees, glory to the worldwide devotees, or Premanandi.
Hare Bol.
Jai and Vishnupad Paramahamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Haribol Dandavat, Adanta Krishna, Adanta Krishna.
Dandavat, Maharaj, Dandavat to everyone.
Dandavad.
Dandava Pranam Devoti.
Today, reading from Prapanna-jivanamrtam. Jayom Vishnupad, Paramahamsa, Pari-Prajaka-Acharya, Asatara Sata Srila Bhakti Rakshak Dev-Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Shri Shri Prapanna-jivanamrtam Ki Jai.
Jai.
We're on chapter 9, text 4. Chapter 9, words of nectar from the Supreme Lord. Dasya Sakrid Eva Papadnaya Sabdabhaya Datrikvam Sakrideva Papanoyas Tavasmiti Sriyatrate Abhayam Sarvada Tasmai Tadam Yatad Vratam Mama.
from the Ramayana.
from the Ramayana. And if one seeks refuge in him just once, he awards fearlessness to that person forever. It is my pledge that if anyone just once sincerely petitions me for shelter, saying, I am yours, that I grant him courage for all time to come. Very important verse. Guru Maharaj told that this was why it was important. Srila Prabhupada also taught this. Why it's important to tell others about surrender, to teach the people in general about surrender to Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarvanarmam Paritaja Mamekam Sharanam Praja. Sharanam means surrender. Huh? Why it's important to teach that we must surrender to Krishna, that we are eternal servants of Krishna, and our duty in life is to surrender to him. Why is that so important? If only that message could get through to a person. That is the only thing you can tell a person, and somehow that person understands what you're saying. And that in itself, that moment of reflection that person may have about that, even ourselves, or to speak of those we preach to, just to have one moment of understanding of that goal, of that direction, of that purpose in life. Just once, one moment of that. Then Krishna says here, for all eternity, I will liberate that soul. We just have to once turn to Krishna, and he will never forget that. That's what he wants everyone to do. He wants everyone to surrender to him. Living entities in this mortal world, in the mundane world, the chief thing and the central thing they are forgetting is that they have a purpose to serve Krishna. The whole purpose of their existence, the meaning of their being, is to serve him. And in the material means that is completely forgotten. There's no remembrance, no thought, nothing about Krishna or God. Only our self-enjoyment. So if even for a moment one catches a glimpse, a hint of the importance of surrender to Krishna, of service to Krishna, of service to Krishna, that moment is enough. We take one step toward Krishna, they'll take millions and millions of steps toward us. And that's the idea. Is anxious for us. Sridhara Maharaj wrote a book, or there was a book written about Maharaj, some talks that Sridhara Maharaj used to give. It's called The Loving Search for the Lost Servant. Have you seen that book? Krishna. First book that came out was The Search for Sri Krishna, Reality the Beautiful. Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Goswami Maharaj produced that book of Srila Guru Maharaj's lectures. The Search for Sri Krishna, Reality the Beautiful. Then a few years later, they came with a book, The Loving Search for the Lost Servant. The Lord's Loving Search for the Lost Servants. So what is it saying? We are searching for Krishna, but Krishna is also searching for us. Srila Maharaj has such a nice vision, dialectical relation between Krishna and his devotee. And not only one-sided, both-sided. So Prabhupada and Gurudev always taught that preaching about surrender to Krishna is very important. If that is the only message you can give to someone, and they, for the first moment, for a single moment, recognize that's something important, and they will forever be in Krishna's grace, will not be forgotten. Eventually, one lifetime to another, they will come back to him. Text number 5. Sutra sadhunam paritrana karta paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samslapanar parta samslapanar nartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Verse from the Bhagavad Gita. He is the savior of the saints. I appear in every age to deliver the saintly devotees, to vanquish the sinful miscreants, and to firmly establish true religion. The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, text 31.
Maharaj,
Yes.
the established Druid religion is Dharma.
Is establishing true religion referring to Dharma?
Yes, he's saying here Dharma. Dharma samstapayanartaya. True religion. Samstap. To establish Dharma. Of course, we know Dharma has different meanings. The word Dharma comes from the Sanskrit root Tri, T-H-R-I, Tri. And the Sanskrit root Tri means the fundamental nature of something. Like the Dharma of water is liquidity, something like that. So the Dri of water is liquidity. And the Dri, or substance, essential substance of the living entity, that Dharma is what? Service to Krishna. Sarva Dharmam Parityaya. Dharma meant here, when Krishna says Sarva Dharmam, he's also talking about Dharma, but he's showing the wide implication of the word Dharma. Sarva Dharma. All, Sarva means all. Sarva Dharmam Parityaya. And then he says Tyaja. Tyaga means renounce. So he's saying Sarva Dharma, renounce all religions. And then he said, but surrender to me. So we can understand that that Dharma is Sanatan Dharma that he's talking about. But the eternal business, the eternal essence of the living entity, the very essence of the living entity's being, there's two things, being and essence. So the being of the living entity, his essence is to serve Krishna. Krishna Nityadas. Sarup, Mahaprabhu told, Jivar Swarup, that's Swarup. That Swarup means the basic form or function. Swarup. Rupa means form, huh? Swarup. So the eternal form, the eternal essence, the substance, substantial being of everything, a living entity. What does he say?
Shivara Swarup Krishna
Trivera, yes, Trivera Swarup. So he's saying the essential form or nature of the Swarup Jiva is Krishna Nityadas, an eternal servant of Krishna. Not a temporary thing, it's an eternal. That's his eternal, unchanging, fundamental nature. And he gets caught up, that living entity gets caught up in so many dharmas, so many duties. I'm a carpenter, I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician, I'm a this, I'm a that. I'm a happy man, I'm an unhappy man, a wealthy man. Huh? I have a beautiful wife or whatever. I come from this place or that place. These are all forms that are deviating from that original, derivative from that original form, but deviating from it nonetheless. Because in that original form, all these things are there too. One can be a carpenter for Krishna. One can be a householder for Krishna. So many things. Whatever we're doing here for ourselves can be done there for Krishna. Krishna Arjuna was a soldier, a killer of men. And Krishna told him, yes, you can do that for me too. To establish.
Maharaja, the Ramayana, Sri Rama established Dharma.
Oh, Sri Ram?
Yeah.
Well, this verse isn't from the Ramayana.
Huh? From Ramayana.
Only only previous verse was. This is from Gita now. It's different.
Oh, Ram was also Krishna. Right? He's an incarnation of Krishna. So he was trying to establish Dharma also. That's the nature of the incarnation. Because Krishna is explaining here. Okay? I'm coming in Yuga means every yuga. So the yuga when Ram appeared, in Dwapara Yuga, he came.
Tetra Maharaj.
He's teaching the same thing. What's that?
Rama appeared Tetra Yuga.
Uma Devi is saying Ram appeared in Treta Yuga.
And Treta Yuga. Yeah, Treta. Sorry. Thank you. I don't know. You were probably there at that time. You know better than that. Yes. Rama appears in Treta Yuga. Actually, Krishna appears in Dwapara Yuga. And
The beautiful verse is the Bhagavad Gita. Ritranaya Sadhunan.
From the Gita.
Yeah.
So Krishna is explaining his avatar that he comes once in a while. Yuga. Every yuga. So there are 4 yugas, right? And in each yuga, Krishna appears. And only in one special yuga or day of Brahma does Krishna come in his Svayam Bhagavan, in his complete form. And that is the Krishna who appeared in this age, Svayam Bhagavan. So there's a very special age, a special time of Brahma's lifetime that Krishna himself appears and not sends one of his expansions, empowered expansions. actually, and explains something else here, that Krishna doesn't come just to establish Dharma. He does, that's of course what he wants to do, but there's another reason he comes. And he says here, Paritranaya sadhunam and vinashaya tasku. He comes to serve his devotees, to save his devotees, to help them, to deliver them. Krishna is partial to his devotees. Of course, he's impartial to everyone. Even destroying the demons is a mercy for them, because they learn that it is not what to do. And the devotees learn, get inspired and encouraged by Krishna coming himself and showing that, yes, that person who I'm always seeking is there. He is proof of his existence. And direct instruction, that the devotees are always trying to follow his instructions. And when he comes and gives direct instruction to them, then they can understand properly. Now, sometimes Krishna is giving instructions all the time to this world through the Guru, through the Veda, but that's subject to interpretation or misinterpretation by the living entities. They mean well, but because they're so conditioned, they misunderstand. That's why Krishna also helps us in another way with Guru. Guru is necessary so that we don't misunderstand what his teachings were, or what the in his, by his direct words or by the scriptural words. Because to err is human, to make a mistake. We are finite beings. We're always making mistakes, actually. And the nature of the finite being, to make mistakes. Therefore, some help is needed. We require that help. And not that they can do without it, or sometimes it's nice to have, and then at other times we don't need it. No, we always need that. So that is the other reason Krishna comes. Not only to establish religious principles, but also to help, to show his love for his devotees. And to correct those who are not his devotees. That is also his mercy. When Gurudev corrects us, that is definitely his mercy. Devotees don't take that in a negative way. They take that in a positive way. Oh, Krishna has so much concern for me. The worst thing that can happen between a devotee and Krishna is that he's indifferent. He doesn't care whether we're doing the right thing or wrong. We don't want that. We want Krishna to punish us, to show his care. It's like if parents are raising a child and they never bother to chastise him and let him do what he wants, or her. And that is not good. It's a different really attitude. And the child will never be able to grow up properly if they're doing something wrong and nobody corrects them. Once Srila Prabhupada told us a story of a man who was in prison because he had killed another person. And the story was that when this man was a child, he used to go and steal things, televisions and radios and jewelry or whatever, money. He used to go and steal things and bring it home give it to his mother. And his mother would say, oh, very nice, very nice. And then one day he went to steal something in the store, and someone tried to stop him. The store owner tried to stop him, and he killed that store owner. And the cops caught him, and they put him in jail. And then they were going to execute him, put him in the electric chair or whatever. So they asked him, he said, do you have anything you want to say, the last thing you want to say before we execute you? And he said, yes, I want to talk to my mother. So they brought the mother to the jail. And the prisoner, he said, mother, I want to tell you something. Here, come here, put your ear close to the bars here. I want to tell you something. So the mother put her ear next to the bars, and the prisoner, he bit off the ear of the mother. Then she thought, why are you doing this? He told her, because you didn't correct me when I was a child. You told me, you encouraged me to do the wrong thing. And now I have to lose my life. Like that. He told that story, very horrible story, but it gets the point across. So when Krishna comes, or Guru comes to chastise us or correct us, that is his mercy, that is his love, that is compassion. And devotees are very happy to receive that chastisement or correction or whatever. All right, text number 6. Tasya partanurupa phala tatritvam yeyatamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vartman vartante manusya partha sansaya sarvasha. So he bestows whatever fruit he is petitioned for. O Partha, however a person worships me, I am correspondingly attainable by him. Certainly all men follow my path. They follow that path which is revealed by me. And this is also a verse from the Bhagavad Gita. Remember, this chapter is about the words of the Supreme Lord regarding surrender. Chapter 8.
Right.
So this is all from the Bhagavad Gita oral. The Bhagavad Gita is, of course, the words of the Supreme Lord himself. So Krishna explains here, Ye yata mam prapadyante. Prapadyante, prapanna. Here the word prapanna is prapadyante. Prapanna means surrender. So ye yata mam prapadyante. As they surrender to me, mam. As they surrender to me, Krishna is saying, tam sataiva bhajamyaham. And that bhajamya means worship, how they are worshiping me, then I will mama manu vartate, means I will reciprocate. I will award them according to their worship. If they worship me sincerely, I will give help to them, proper help to them. If they want to cheat me, I will cheat them. Basically, he's saying here, reciprocal. If you are coming to Krishna for some improper reason, he may give you that. But that would not be favorable to you. But if you come to him sincerely, with a sincere purpose, that'll be, things will be arranged for you nicely so that you can come to him without any difficulty. Something like that. Krishna reciprocates with his devotees' love. you show love to Krishna, he will show love to you. If you show hatred toward him, he will show hatred toward you. That's the Lord of justice. Of course, the Lord of mercy is different. And when he's in a merciful position, he may, well, even you do something wrong or want something wrong, he will correct you and give you the right thing. Otherwise, he is equal to everyone. But when you go to the court of law, the judge there is impartial. The judge is impartial. So you go, judge, I have done this thing, I've done that thing. And okay, well, this thing you did was good, but this other thing you did was bad. For the good, you don't have any punishment. For the bad, we have to punish you. That's the judge. So Sridhara told, we don't go to the Department of Justice when we approach Krishna. The Department of Justice is indifferent. According to what we've done, we get a reward. But the Department of Mercy is different. And merciful department, even when we may have done something bad, Krishna will say, okay, you're forgiven. I forgive you. Judge may also do that. He say, okay, you have committed some offense, but this is your first offense. You are forgiven for that, but don't do it again. But in the mercy department, Krishna says, you have done something bad, don't worry, come to me. I'm still loving you, and I'm waiting for you. Of course, don't do those wrong things, otherwise you'll never get here, but I'm not holding that against you. You are my servant, and that's all I care about. And I'm waiting for you to wake up and stop all your nonsense. But I'm here. I'm here for you. Something like a mother loves the child no matter what the child does. So Krishna is like that. We are his sons and daughters. And he loves us no matter what. We're always part and parcel of him. And we may go this way or that way. But he's always trying for our connection, loving connection. That's the main objective, his main objective for us, is to restore that loving relation. And that should be the main objective in our life. If that becomes our main objective, then nothing can deviate us. Even though we become deviated at some point, for some reason, we will try to correct our course again and go back to our original relationship of love. And Krishna showed in his pastimes, how someone like Putana came to kill Krishna. But what did she do? She put poison on her breast, so that when Krishna came to suck the milk, he got poisoned. That was her intention. But what happened? Krishna said, oh, she came to me like a mother. She was like my mother, coming to me like that to nurse me. So he saw that part of her. And he killed her. But he liberated her.
Putana is liberated for Krishna.
And what do you say?
Putana is liberated from Krishna.
But he liberated her at the same time. And he gave her a position of mother, a liberated soul, in the Vatsalya Ras. So when Pundarik,
Pundarik Vidyanidhi.
Oh yes, when Pundarik Vidyanidhi
Lying in the bed, right?
was lying on the bed, in a very luxurious bed. And Gadadhar,
Smoking a hookah.
huh?
He was smoking a hookah.
I was smoking a hookah. And Gadadhar Pandit came and saw him. Oh, what kind of Vaishnava is this? Engaging in such sense gratification. He's supposed to be an advanced Vaishnava. He's telling to Mahaprabhu like that. No, Mahaprabhu said, no, he's a very advanced Vaishnava. And he went back again. And someone was telling him the story of Putana. And when Pundarik heard the story of Putana, he became wild, became mad with ecstasy. Oh, my dear Lord Krishna is so merciful. He even accepted Putana and made her his mother. Huh? Despite the vicious intention that she had. What kind of mercy is that, you think? He became ecstatic. And when Gadadhar Pandit saw that, he said, oh, now I understand that, yes, he is a great Vaishnava.
He had to accept him as guru to pay for his offense.
Huh?
Gadadhar had to accept Pundarik as his
And
guru.
then he eventually accepted him as his own guru because he made offense in his mind. He even he thought, oh, I've done a great mischief. I did not think that he was I thought he was a materialistic, a Vishayi, yeah? Materialistic person. It's a great offense to a Vaishnava I made. And the only compensation he could think that he could have is if he accepted him as his Gurudev. And so it was that Gadadhar Pandit is had a very intimate relationship with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And one of his closest associates. Bhakti Vinod Thakur used to worship the relationship between Gadadhar and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had core Gadadhar deities that he would worship because of the love, the Madhurya, the sweetest love that was expressed between Gadadhar Pandit of love and separation with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that same Gadadhar took Pundarik Vidyanidhi as his Gurudev. And it turns out that Pundarik Vidyanidhi was he was the father of Radharani in a previous lifetime. Radharani's father, Rishabhanu. So like that, sometimes very difficult to understand the deep pastimes of the Lord and his devotees. Then text 7, Bahudeva Yajnanam Yajvinam Sri Krishnatara Devata Prapatir Boga Bishandi Mulaiva Kamaistaistar Ritagyana Prapadyante Nidevataha Tam Niyamam Ashtaya Prakritya Niyata Swaya. From the Bhagavad Gita also. Sridhara's comments. Motivation for sense gratification is the only reason that the worshippers of the many demigods surrender to those gods instead of to Lord Krishna. Sense gratification is the reason that that people worship the demigods instead of Lord Krishna. And Krishna says in the Gita, persons whose good sense is perverted by some material desire, become preoccupied with that desire, and thus they adopt the appropriate rules and regulations to worship other gods. So we see, especially in India, these things, how people are worshiping Ganesh or Shiva or Mother Durga or so many things, right? And they all have some motive for doing that. They want something. Even Saraswati, they worship Saraswati for knowledge, or Lakshmi for wealth, or Ganesh so they can have some auspicious life, happy material life. But if you tell them about worshiping Krishna, they say, "Oh no, what should I worship? He's a bad person. If I worship Krishna, he will take away everything. We'll lose everything. He only wants us to come to him and give up everything else. And then we can't have a happy life, money, education, all these things, which is what we want. We want to have a good life, this life. We're not concerned with eternal life. This life is important for us. So they're looking for temporary satisfaction. Worship of Krishna is for eternal satisfaction. But this is the choice. You want temporary happiness or eternal happiness? Can you get both? Yes, it's also possible. Serving Krishna will bring all happiness to your life. Krishna doesn't take anything away. He doesn't require us to give up anything either. Just a wrong attitude. The ignorance. Otherwise, he says, "Yeyatamam prapadyante," just the previous verse. He said, however you want to worship me, I will be okay. I will reciprocate with you. Means we can do whatever you want, but it has to be done for me with love. And then you'll get a nice result from that. You won't have to worry. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. I told Arjuna, God, you go and kill all these people. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. You say, I'll take any sinful reactions that come from that. Moksha shyami masucha. He told, I'll give you moksha, freedom from all of these things. Masucha. Then he said, don't worry. You don't have to worry about that. You just worry about serving me, and everything will be taken care of. Just like watering the tree. Oh, this branch doesn't look very good. It's drying out. What do? You put water on the branch? No, you put water on the root, and the branch will come back to life. So you don't have to worry about all the branches. If you put water on the root, the branches will be taken care of automatically. And that way, by surrender to me, everything will be achieved. That is the devotee's faith. What happened?
Harinanda disappeared.
Disappeared. All right, we'll stop here. Does anybody have any question, comment? Anything they'd like to say, talk about?
Maharaj, Tatraiva is the name in scriptures.
Who's Tatraiva?
Huh?
When it says
Oh,
Tatraiva,
Tatraiva means the previous. That's like, what do you call it? Ditto. Tatraiva. Means it's from this is also from the Gita, in other words. Huh? All these verses started with a Gita verse, then each verse after that was also from the Gita. So instead of saying Gita, they just say Tatraiva, the same thing as the previous. Same source as the previous source.
they translate it as in that very place.
In the same place,
In the same place.
from the same source. Tata. Tat. The same source of knowledge, huh?
The other's name is of Gita.
Yes, the original source that they're talking about was the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you read a book, a scientific book or whatever, they'll put a footnote.
IBID.
Huh?
IBID.
Huh?
IBID.
They put a footnote, and then they put the name of the source where that quote came from. And then any following footnotes, they'll say, yes, IDEM, IDEM, means the same as that other previous source. Something like that. Dhanyavad. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Please be well.
Maharaj, I just ask a question?
Okay.
Hope it's- When people have no belief in a god or anything, what happens to them? They don't have any belief, and
Yeah.
they just think we're here to live, and that's the all
Well,
and end all.
they do have faith. They have faith in what they're doing, and they have faith in their the life that they are living. And so they take birth again in that world, where they can exercise their faith in the mundane things of life.
Oh, okay.
Where you put your faith, that's where you will go.
Yeah.
Time of death.
Oh, well, they just think they're going to die, and that's the end of it.
And you're going to die at the end, but your body dies.
Yeah.
The soul, the subtle body goes on. So it says in the Gita also, it tells us, yam yam vapi, that wherever you're thinking of at the time of death, that place you shall attain.
Smarambhavam.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Yam yam vapi smarambhavam.
Yam yam vapi parambhavam.
Smarambhavam.
Anyhow, the thing is, what you are thinking of, what you have cultivated in your life as the center of your thoughts, the center of your life, what you have made the center of your life, that will carry you on in the next life. So if you made Krishna the center of your life, you will go to Krishna at the time of death. That's the idea. If you have made something mundane the center of your life, whether it's achieving some type of fame or wealth or whatever, and then that will be the driving force for your future lives.
Even if they don't believe there is anything else.
Well, they put their faith in that central thing. Yes, if they don't believe in God, then whatever they put their belief in, they will get a life that will accommodate that belief or desire.
I think she's saying even
We're
if,
given a body according to our desires, appropriate body according to our desires.
even if they don't believe in reincarnation itself, they don't believe.
You don't have to believe even in reincarnation. Just like if a child puts his hand in the fire, he may not know that the fire burns, but it burns him anyhow. And similarly like that, karma is there. We may not believe in it, but according to the laws of karma, whatever we desire, that we will achieve, that we will attain by Krishna's arrangement. Man proposes and God disposes. Not done by us directly, but Krishna, his arrangement is like that. According to your desire, you'll get something. That's why it says, if you desire me, you'll come to me. If you desire X, Y, Z, then you'll get X, Y, Z. So Krishna is telling Arjuna very carefully, and those who understand who believe in Krishna, who understand what he's saying and want to go back to him, that this is an important principle. And you must apply yourself to that. That is called Bhakti Yoga or Buddhi Yoga. Okay, is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear from my point of view, but I don't know if the people I talked to think that was clear. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good. Anybody else? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Linda.
Dandava Pranam.
Thank you, Maharaj. Dandavat.
Dandavad.
I love you all. Hare Krishna.
Bye.
Jai Gurudev.
Dandavad. Jai Maharaj.
Jai Devoto.